As Americans, we are currently going through unprecedented and challenging times, a way of life we never anticipated, a daily existence in which we are struggling to adapt. We are literally trying to find a new way to safely live. Today we look back and remember we have faced and succeeded in finding a new way of living in our not too distant past. 19 years ago, the American family was blindsided and horrified by the unthinkable on a beautiful September morning. The United States of America was attacked by terrorism, a simultaneous, multi-location attack, the magnitude of which had never happened before. Then, too, amidst the shock and the horror, we instinctively knew life as we knew it was forever changed. In 2001, we had to learn to adapt to a life we had not anticipated. We learned to navigate metal detectors and airline safety checks. Suddenly there was a scrutiny and intrusion into every aspect of daily living beyond anything we had ever known in a free and open society. An innocence, a simplicity, a broader freedom in living was stolen from us in a few short hours on September 11, 2001. A college student of today never knew America as it was before 9/11/2001. However, they have heard of the heroism of that day, the sacrifices given by so many first responders, the firemen, the EMTs, the policemen. They have heard of the courage of the passengers on United Airlines Flight 93, these passengers bound for San Francisco. They fought bravely to recover the control of the doomed plane they were on. Ultimately, their plane crashed in the struggle, crashed over farmland in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Their brave efforts and unselfish action spared greater death and destruction in Washington, D.C., the intended target for the hijacked Flight 93. After the terrorist attacks, the stunned quietness of the next few days gave birth to a united America. Together we absorbed the shock, shared the loss and the grief. We also shared the determination that we would not be defeated by this evil attack. No, we would prove that freedom prevails. The American way of life would navigate a path to a new normal, and we succeeded. As Christians, we often speak of good coming from bad circumstances. Certainly we wish the bad had never happened, but when it does, it is the natural yearning of the human spirit to find something to salvage. On the morning of September 11, 2001, a 34-year-old New York City fireman named Steve Siller had finished his duty shift and was on his way to meet his brothers to play golf. Over his scanner, he heard news about the plane hitting the North Tower of the World Trade Center. He abandoned his golf plans and drove back to get his firefighter gear. He tried to reach the disaster scene in his personal vehicle, but the roadways had already been closed. He got out of his truck, put on his heavy gear, and ran through the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel to reach the Twin Towers. One has to wonder if he and the other first responders didn't realize the odds against them, yet they rushed straight into hell on earth to help other Americans who were already victims in unthinkable peril. Stephen Siller, like 412 other New York City first responders, lost his life that September morning. In an effort to honor his brother's memory and his sacrifice, Frank Siller founded the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Since 2001, this nonprofit organization has raised close to $250 million to help first responders, American soldiers, and their families as they face loss through death or from disability in the line of duty. Frank Siller made a decision in 2001 to birth goodness from bitter loss. We remember today. We pray God's comfort to all of those whose heart still aches for the loved ones or friends they lost that day. May each of us take heart that the American spirit is resilient and that tough times do eventually give way to a brighter tomorrow. May God bless each of you, and on this September morning, may God bless America.
I wonder if I'll ever find my way. I wonder if my life could really change at all. All this earth, could all that is lost ever be found? Could a garden come up from this ground at all? You make beautiful things, you make beautiful things out of the dust. You make beautiful things, you make beautiful things out of us. All around, hope is springing up from this old ground. Out of chaos, life is being found in you. You make beautiful things, you make beautiful things out of the dust. You make beautiful things. burn.